back, guys, to another episode of Oracle of Wisdom. The book is Power of Concentration, and it is the last chapter we'll be discussing in this episode. So, the chapter is Concentrate so you will not forget. The name of the book is about concentration, and now in the final side, he is saying that the writer is saying, concentrate so you will not be able to forget things. So concentration is associated with memorizing as well. This last chapter that I am discussing about relating concentration with your memory, this is the last book I have started about memorizing things. Obviously, in the future coming episodes, we'll be going through that, how to memorize things. I'm going through that book right now, and in that book, we are learning exercises and different methods of memorizing things, sharpening your memory, because memory is the main thing in your life that I just came to know last night when I was studying the book. So, in this chapter, coming back to the main thing on the last chapter of this book, the writer is saying mind is governed by the law of association. So everything is governed by the law of association. Because when I say everything, because everything associated with our mind, because our thoughts are produced in our mind or with the help of our mind, that means the whole world is associated with the law of association. Why is it saying association? Because to remember anything, we have to associate one thing with another thing. To see a thing in our mind, or to recall a thing, or to refresh a memory, we have to associate with one event, one part, one image, one thought or idea. Then it comes up again, even if it is a new idea or if it's an existing memory sitting in our brain. Okay, here I'm using the word brain. So brain is a physical entity, again I will repeat, and the mass is the brain that we talk about in terms of physicality. Then mind is inside that is untouchable, the intellectual part of our body that helps us develop everything, and with the help of brain we use mind, and then we create new ideas and events. So to remember those ideas and recall those things, we have to associate one idea with another idea. This way we will be able to memorize things very easily. So the bigger the idea, the bigger the attempt that we do. That's what the writer is saying. The bigger the accomplishment is. That's a standard thing. But to understand, to absorb, and to implement on our life, that's the bigger thing, in fact. So the bigger the attempt we take, the bigger the results are. If our target is very small, for example, a lot of time I hear on internet some people, I again no names, but a lot of people say that you have to try to do the minimum first. No, you are not in this world to try the minimum. So that was the concept is right in a way. They are not in a negative sense, but they are trying to say that is some scholars and writers. I'm a very fan of them, huge fan. But some things obviously you can neglect or disassociate anything from me as well, or you can contradict some things from me. Same like that, I have the right to contradict with other people as well. So what they're saying is try little first. Why should you try little first? You try maximum, so your mind, your body automatically gives the best of it. So if you're trying for this, so you fail at this, but already if you're trying for this, your mind will accept that okay, this is the target, so I have to give the effort for lower level. So the bigger the attempt you take, the higher the reward is gonna be. So for your mind and your mental capacity, your faculty of mind to achieve bigger target, use this faculty to the maximum level. Then you will get the best rewards. The writer also mentions that how concentration can fulfill your inner and worldly desires. What he says is why, as humans, we give up when we have the infinite resources. For example, if you have infinite amount of money, would you be able to stop for spending it or giving it or doing anything that you want to do with money? If you know that the supply is infinite, same like that, the power within us is infinite, but we are so poor in using that, we become pathetic. We become literally pathetic about this thing, that we have the infinite resources within us, but we dare losing everything, rotting it in the corner of our inner self. We wrote ourself, our inner self, our talent, our power, what is harnessed inside us. We do not compose it. We don't even bother to focus it. We don't even know that it is there. Most of us even die without realizing that the power is there. We just hear from people, then we don't associate it with us. We don't try to contemplate that power from within us, and then what we can do is infinite. Imagine people creating shuttles, rockets, new technologies, in new fighter jets, things you can't even fathom like 5 years ago. Right now, because of the technology of this media power, you are seeing them because they develop and they come out in the media very straight away. So imagine those people. These were developed by human beings. They are not superhumans. Trust me. It's just they starting doing and contemplating things and started to join things in their mind, in their intellect. Intellect is not associated with someone very intelligent. Intellect is associated with you, me, everyone, normal people. It's just they start using it, start focusing it, concentrating it in a particular direction, and they get the results, and they achieve for the highest. They attain the highest because they attempted the highest. So the writer is mentioning here that we are going to be attracting things that we want by focus, by concentration on a central focal point. That is why he explained the whole book, the power of concentration, how important it is. So that means we can attract anything towards us if we want to focus it on that point. Even that's funny, right now I'm getting distracted by focusing on certain other points apart from this as soon as I'm thinking of attracting things. So the next part he says, a strong man control conditions. For example, if I am distracted by my surroundings, I'm not a strong person. I'll be distracted easily, and most of us are weak in that sense. That is why we have to practice and get the knowledge from these valuable notes that I have made from these valuable books and scholars. We have to understand the depth what they are saying. It's not just a book, it is what we are explaining you inside the depth of those lines. So by mere focusing we can attract anything we want, because as from the very beginning of this book to the end, we've been discussing that we can attract anything we want in our life, and we can become anything we want to achieve in our physical or in our intellectual being. So it is down to us how we focus, how we concentrate. The next part with my beautiful handwriting is about a concentrated will development. Again, WILL, will, your will. How to develop a concentrated will. You can have a strong will, maybe, when you have developed, but if it is not concentrated on a single point, what is it a use of? There is no use of a will that is distracted. You can be strong-willed person and you are distracted by every other thing. What's the point? So how to develop that combination, strong will with the concentration, with the power of concentration. So you will be, and your will be strong, impenetrable, but with the power of focal concentration on one point, on your targets. The writer again gives you two more exercises. One of them is funny. I tried, and initially it was looking so serious to me, but then I laughed and I gave up. Trust me, I gave up on it. What she says is, close the door, sit in front of your door in a quiet room, and focus on the doorknob, on the door handle or the doorknob. Continuously trying seeing that. That's a very serious point, to be honest. I was having a non concentrated will to do that. That's why I was not able to do in few days. So what he says, you have to keep starting doing it for 5 minutes to 10 to 15 minutes. Initially you will, as usual, as I say to you always, you will give up. There is no way for 15 minutes without distraction in your mind you will be able to see that. You will be able to see that, sit down and just staring that with other thoughts coming and going into your mind, into your intellect, distracting you for different things, and you'll be feeling like, what a foolish I am, just looking at this doorknob, what a knob I am. So you will be feeling of yourself like that, but actually that after few days, after few weeks, you will realize that how powerful you have become about focusing on certain tasks, focusing on certain thoughts, and bringing those thoughts and ideals to the reality. That's the power of this concentration. The next exercise, he's saying that you have to bring out cards. Everyone has played cards or ever seen that, at least deck of cards. Try to put one card above the other one with a very steady hand without moving your hands, and every card should be exactly placed on the other card. It has to be a very slow motion because the card cannot be placed by holding the card below it, and it has to fit on the card below and above it. So you have to keep putting the cards slowly. Mostly there are 52 cards in a deck, or it can be even 10 cards, but you have to keep doing that exercise until your hands are steady, your focus is there, and you are able to put the cards in order, all the cards in one alignment. That's gonna take a hell of a lot out of you. So again, these two exercises will help you focus your muscle power, your mind, your intellect on one focal point. Thank you. In the last part, I don't want to miscalculate this part. This is very important. That is why I will be reading that paragraph or 2 3 lines literally by dictation of what I have written exactly. So I don't want to portray I am very intelligent, I am gonna be like this, because this is very important. So in this one, the notes are, we take care of our car more than our mind and body. This is only our own valuable property. Our body and our mind, our brain, our physical body is more valuable thing than any other thing. But what he says, if we have a car, we will take care of it so much, we will love it, we will take care of it, we'll clean it, we'll take it to the garage regularly, we will take care of every single thing. And I've been there, trust me. Over anything you will do that. It's just a metaphor, it's not about car. Means anything, physical thing, we will take care of it more than our body. What we should be focusing on, forget about everything. First priority should be our body and our mind. That's what our first priority should be always. But we are lacking in the most valuable thing to take care of it, and we are focusing on the least valuable thing. That's the human mind we are having right now in this current world. The next point he's saying, the failure believes that luck and circumstances are against them. Most of us fail in certain attempts. When I say most of us fail, means what I mean to say is that we don't even attempt. That's why we are a failure in certain attempts. You are a failure in certain attempts because you never start, and you think I am a failure, or I didn't achieve anything because you never started. And trust me, 90% of you would have achieved something if you kept starting again and again. That's the key. So the failure just keep thinking, okay, the conditions around me, the circumstances, oh, my bad luck. They start blaming these things, and they always will, from the beginning to the infinity of eternity. They will start and keep doing that, blaming others, situations, circumstances, destiny, luck, whatever you name it. They will continuously blame the web of destiny. They will never start to woven their own web or even small step in it. Never. So try changing this belief and mindset. The last point in this book that we will be discussing is that, or not discussing, just a line that we'll be going through. It is up to you whether you join the army of I can or I cannot. Here it is. So down to you what you want to tell your mind, intellect, and inner self. You can keep saying I can or I cannot. Once you start saying I can and add another word, I will, then you see the difference. You will not be able to even put down yourself, because once you start saying to yourself I can and I will, trust me, you will be egoistic about yourself. And when a man is egoistic, man means a female man, a human person, a human being is egoistic. Trust me, they will go to any limit to prove themselves right. When you want to prove yourself right and you are egoistic about yourself enough that you don't want to be ashamed in front of you when you're standing in front of the mirror. You will bring about all the powers from within you. Then you will be shocked that why did I not do that before? Hope that made sense to you and you have learned some lot positive and strengthful things in your life right now. Thank you very much. Again, in the end, please give me your feedback. That is very much needed. Positive, negative doesn't matter to me. The condition of the comments and your feedback does not matter to me. What matters to me is that you give it so I can improve it for you. So let's work on it together and maximum value for you. Thank you very much.